Then coming into the front of your mat. We're going to do our sun salutation. I'm going to face this way. If you're intermediate, you could do 4 rounds in your own flow. If you're beginner, you can watch me. I'm going to break it down. Inhale, lift heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the focus forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the sky. Coming down into a lunge. Knee to your nose, curve through the spine. And coming into the plank. Drop the pelvis, push forward over the fingertips. Knees down, untuck the toes, elbows in. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back into cobra. Peeling back down, tucking the toes under, pushing back into downward dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Walking the feet to the hands. Bend the knees. Inhale, lifting heart center. Exhale. We're going to go the other side. If you want to make it harder, go a bit faster. Breathing in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Take that leg behind you into a lunge. Press through the palms, knee to nose. Curve, curve, curve through the spine. Into plank. Drop the pelvis, push forward over the wrists. Elbows hugging in at your sides. Coming through to cobra if you're a beginner. Or upward dog with those quads engaged. Peeling into downward dog. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. You can do a little hop if you want to. Extending the legs. Bending the knees. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to heart center. If you're intermediate level, definitely jumping back and lifting one leg up. Beginners, copy me. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. Weight on the toes. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, lift the right leg as high as you can. Exhale, into a lunge. You're going to press through those palms. Take the knee to the nose. Back into your plank. Push forward over the wrists. Beginners, knees down. Untuck the toes, elbows in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back into cobra. Peeling back down, tucking the toes under, pushing back. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees. Hopping or walking the feet to the hands, extending the legs. Bend the knees, lift that heart center, energy up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, doing really well. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Lift that left leg as high as you can. Coming into your lunge. Press the knee. Press through the palms, knee to the nose. Coming into your plank. Beginners, you could try this one. Push forward over the fingertips, knees off. Elbows in, nose to mat. Inhale to upward dog with the quads engaged. Peeling back into your downward dog. From here, you can take a rest in melasana, or you can stay in downward dog. If you stay in downward dog, work scooping elbows to the side, scoop the biceps forward, gently straighten back onto your heels. Or you can stay in Balasana. We're going to take a few breaths here. Inhale, we're all going to meet into downward dog. We're going to inhale, right leg up to the sky. We're going to exhale, come through to our lunge. Beginners, drop that left knee, push the left hip flexor forward. Intermediates, keep the toe connected, knee off. Check your front knee is above your ankle. We're going to inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale, straighten the front leg. And again, inhale, arms up. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Good work, guys. And again, 2 more. Breathing in, looking up. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, keep the knee over the ankle, going over the 5th toe, doing super, super well. From here, we're going to take the palms together, take the back leg in a little bit. We're going to push up into our warrior 3. We're going to keep the hips square as much as we can, flex the back foot. From here, you're going to take the right fingertips down. You're going to open up, so you're going to open up that left hip, lift the arms, you're opening up to the side. Some of you might stay here, some of you might bend the knee, And keep the toes connected into the hand so that you've got a dancer stretch. If you have a block or a book, this is also a little bit more helpful. So it just helps aid your balance. You can turn your hips out here. Keep breathing. One more breath in. You're going to exhale. Bring that left leg behind the right. We're going to sit down and go Mukasana, keeping both sit bones into the mat. If that didn't work at all, don't beat yourself up. You can stretch the legs out. You are taking that right leg over the left leg. Easy option. Keep one leg straight or bring both legs together. We're going to do opposition arm. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, come across the front leg. Spiraling around to the back. How much more spiral have you got out of your waist? We're going to gently bring the head towards us. We're going to unwind. We're going to take the hands behind us. We're going to lift the hips, a little twizzle. From here, beginners, you can lunge back. Intermediates, weight through the hands, bend the elbows, jumping back. Nose to the mat. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale over your ankles. Other side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, in between the hands. Crescent moon. You can drop your right knee and push the right hip flexor forward, or keep the toes connected. Inhale, arms up, drop the shoulders. Check the front knees over your ankle, going over your fifth toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And again, inhale, lifting up, go deeper into your lunge. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And two more times. Inhale, working the balance of our ankles, our core. Exhale. One more time, doing really well. Breathing in, lifting up. We're going to exhale, bring the hands together, and we're going to lift into our warrior three. We're going to keep the hips square. If you want to, you can stretch the arms out to the side. Pull up the muscles behind the knee. From here, taking the left fingertips down, you can bend this knee if you need to, your standing leg. You're going to open that right hip right out to the side. Keep the arm in line with the shoulder. If you have the flexibility and want to, you can push the ankle into your hand. If you've got a block, or even a book does the same thing. You're going to have the book to the side of you, just to aid that balance. You're going to push or gently guide the ankle into your hand. And if that's not achievable, we can stay here with a straight leg. One more breath here. We're going to exhale, bring that gesturing leg behind us into a spiral. So from here, inhale, right arm up, exhale, come across the body. Inhale, we're going to lift the head over to the front. We're going to lift out of that position, little spiral round back to the front. Weight in the hands, scoot the elbows forward, weight forward, and jump back into your chaturanga, bend the elbows. Nose to the mat, inhale, upward dog, doing super well. Exhale, coming through to downward dog. We're going to do our next flow. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, in between the hands, we're going to turn out over to the left. Now some of you, we're going to go into ninja pose. Keep the knee over your toes. Some of you might have the heel off. Some of you might have the heel down. We're going to inhale, arms up. We're going to bring the front arm over the back arm. So I've got my right arm over my left. We're going to gently come over to the back. Keep the line between the head and the tail in a diagonal line. We're going to inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, draw the elbows down. We're gently going to rotate around the front, so internally rotate. We're going to inhale, lift that right arm, keep spiraling around to the back. So you're spiraling in your torso. You want to have the left hand under the shoulder. Easy option, stay here. Harder option, you're going to take the right foot and stack it to that underneath leg, so we're coming into a plank. If you want to make it hard, you can lift that top leg. Can you hold on to the toes at the top? And we're going to exhale back down, back into our plank. From here, hands under the shoulders, push forward over the fingertips, elbows scooping in at the ribs. Inhale, coming forward to upward dog, or you might be in your cobra, drawing the shoulders down, peeling back down to downward dog. Other side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, coming in between the hands, turning around to your right. Line between your head and your tail. Check the knees going over. Now some of you might need to hold yourself like this, and that's okay. Some of you might get your heel down. We're going to inhale, lift one arm over the other. And breathing out. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, draw the elbows down. And again, inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, draw the elbows down in line with your shoulder. Exhale, rotating around to the front. So left leg forward, stretching that left arm. You can really open up in the torso, spiraling. Keep breathing here. And then from here, if you want to come into your plank, taking that left leg on top of your right. Can you lift that left leg up? Can you hold the toes? You might just stay here. Keep breathing here. One more breath in. Exhale, coming around to the front. Chaturanga, push forward over the fingertips, elbows in, nose to mat. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Placing the knees down, bringing the hands. And take a second here. Take a few breaths. Allow your rib cage to expand. Keep breathing here. We're going to inhale, roll up through the spine. Exhale, rock forward, tuck the toes under. You're going to gently, from here, we're going to do pike jumps. So I'll show you. Hands under the shoulders. You're going to lift your hips, so we're in a downward dog. We're going to bend the knees, and you're going to lift the hips over the shoulders. So we're just going to do 1 or 2 jumps, bending the knees, just getting a little bit of weight, bringing the weight over the shoulders. Have a little go at that. And it doesn't have to be that high. You can just lift the hips a little bit, so they can be mini hops. Keep those arms as straight as possible, shoulders up to your ears. Take 1 more. Good work. From here, we're going to come into Uttanasana. You're going to hug your elbows, scoot the belly over the thighs. If you're unflexible, bend the knees. If you're super flexible, you're going to stand on your books or your blocks. You're going to scoot that belly over the thighs. Relax the head. Keep breathing here. And then from here, bend the knees. Inhale, scoot the arms up. And exhale to heart center. Good job, guys, doing super well. We're going to do fierce pose, but something slightly different. So we're going to inhale up onto our ankles. We're going to exhale. Imagine we're sitting on a chair, so we want to get the hips 90-degree angle with the knees. We're going to give ourselves a big hug like this. We're going to inhale up and exhale. We're going to go again. So this time we're going to lie the belly on the thighs. We're going to inhale, lift up, and exhale. We're going to go again. Lie the belly on the thighs. Try and keep the hips where they are. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, open, lift the hips up. And from here, we're going to bend the knees, come down into boat pose. So from here, we're going to do something called a dish roll. So I'll show you. You're going to scoot your belly into the back of the spine. You're going to stretch the arms out off the floor. Keep the ankles off the floor. We're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, come over onto our belly. Nice and controlled. You could be more controlled than me. We're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, gently come back. Scoot the belly into the back of the spine. If you need to, you can bend the knees. Harder, stretch the legs. One more time. Breathing in. And exhale with control. Try not to let the hands or the ankles touch. This is so good for our core. One more time. Breathing in. And exhale. And relax. Good work. We've got one more dish to do. So from here, you're going to take your shoulders off the mat. Inhale, reach forward. We're going to exhale, lift one leg. Doesn't matter which one. And you don't have to yank it back. The aim is to work our core. You're going to lift the underneath leg. So we're in hamstring hold splits. Using the breath, we're gently going to alternate. And keep those shoulders off the floor. Keep the belly button going into the back of the spine. Keep going. You can point your toes as well. Keep breathing. You're doing super well. We're going to bring the knees together, relax the head. Inhale, rock onto the spine. Exhale, rock up to seated. Spin the legs around and find a comfortable position on your belly. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Inhale, drawing the elbows under the shoulders. Imagine you're pulling your torso through your arms. Relax your chin. And breathing out, coming back down. You can repeat that or cobra. Hands under your shoulders. Move your feet a little bit further apart. Wrap those elbows in. Inhale. Lift the belly. Or lift the sternum, the belly and the pubic bone be pressing into the mat. Keep breathing here. Relax. Hug the elbows in at the ribs. Peeling back down. We're going to go one more time, or if you want to make it harder, move the legs a little bit far apart. Hands go a bit lower. This time you imagine you are a scorpion, peeling your head to your feet. Here we go. Engage the belly. Wrap the elbows in. Inhale, lift the head. Draw the shoulders down. And you're going to imagine your head is peeling to your feet. Exhale, gently come back down. And from here, bringing yourself back to melasana. Count 2 to 3 breaths here. We're going to inhale, roll up through the spine. You're doing super well. A little bit of strength work. We're going to come into melasana, so the feet either side of the mat. You're going to bring your elbows, a little bit of pressure, allowing the knees to go over the toes. You want to lift the crown of the head and sink the pelvis into the floor. And again, think about knees over those toes. If that's too easy, inhale, left arm forward, exhale, wrap it around. You can lift the right arm up or come into a bind. Lift that back shoulder. And if you don't want to do that, you can stay where you are. Other side, breathing in, right arm. Exhale, wrapping around. Inhale, left arm. Exhale. We're going to lift the hips. And gently coming down onto the mat. We're going to go into crow or crane. If you've done crow or crane with me lots of times, you can go straight into crow or crane. If you've not done it before, I'll lead you through it. So from here, you're going to imagine you are scooping your elbows, scooping, scooping, scooping. You want your knees as high as you can onto the backs of the arms. You want to push, resist. Knees squeeze in, elbows squeeze out. Chaturanga, downward dog, arms. Rock the weight forward, one toe. You might just, if you've never done it before, rock forward and back. You might be able to take one toe off. You might be able to take another toe off. If that's too easy for you, you can come into crane. You can bring your knee under the back of the arm, the armpit. You're going to lift the hips. You're going to balance the knees on the back of the arms. You might take one toe, you might take two. Squeeze the toes, the heels to the sit bones. So have a little go at that. If you're a beginner, you can get blocks, and it helps. You're going to bring the toes onto the block, head onto the block in front of you. Again, elbows in. You take one foot off, then the other, and then you're going to lift up.